Hello and welcome to Provoking Tech. I'm Zach, and in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through on how to set up a miner to mine the cryptocurrency Monero. The first thing you want to do, if you haven't already done so, is create a Monero wallet. I'm not going to cover that in this video, but I have covered that in the previous video. So if you haven't already created a Monero wallet, go check that video out and then come back to this video to learn how to actually mine Monero. So without further delay, let's go ahead and jump right to it. Alright, so now that you have a wallet or possibly already had a Monero wallet set up, what we need to do now is to acquire our mining software. If you have the official Monero wallet, you will notice that in the advanced section there is a tab for mining, but that is going to be solo mining. And in today's video, I'm going to focus on mining with a pool. The big difference between solo mining and pool mining is with solo mining, you have a very, very small chance of actually finding a block, but the reward is going to be very high. In pool mining, someone in the pool has a very good chance of actually finding the block, but the reward is going to be much smaller simply because that reward is going to be distributed between everybody in the pool based upon how much hashing power you have contributed towards the pool. Alright, so the mining software I've chosen for today's video is XMR Stak. I'll leave a link to the GitHub in the description below. What you want to do is download this XMR Stak zip file. Once you have navigated to the GitHub, and then once that file has finished downloading, go ahead and uncompress it. There's a couple reasons why I chose XMR Stak. From my initial research and testing, XMR Stak was very reliable, and on top of that, it's very versatile, so it works with both Intel and AMD CPUs, as well as AMD and NVIDIA GPUs. And so the zip file has been downloaded, so I just need to right click on it and click Extract All. And then after that zip file is uncompressed, it'll automatically open up a folder. Go ahead and click on that folder, and inside that folder, once you can click on it, will be an application file called XMR-Stack. Go ahead and click on that, and now it's going to bring you up to the process of setting up your config file. As you notice, my screen went black. All that was the UAC prompt, a user account control prompt, just asking for permission so that it could be ran as an administrator. Before we dig into that config generator, we will need to choose which Monero mining pool that we're going to be joining. MoneroPools.com has a bunch of good starting information. Some of the information is out of date, but at least lead you on the path of choosing the mining pool for you. I ended up choosing Dwarf Pool, partially because of the name, and I'm a big Tolkien fan. And of course, dwarfs are natural miners, so I ended up choosing that partially just because of the name. But it is a pretty good pool for my information. But whatever pool you choose, you will be able to follow this tutorial, as it's all pretty much straightforward. You just have to find the exact information for the pool that you end up choosing. All right, so there's a couple of things you might actually want to consider before you decide which Monero mining pool to join outside of the name. So you don't want to look at just the mining pool with the lowest fee and choose it based upon just that information. There are a couple other things you want to look at. Read reviews on Reddit or otherwise on the internet about the history of the support from that mining pool, as you might need to reach out to them if you're not getting payouts as expected or something along those lines. And also look at their uptime history, because even though a pool might charge 1% less than another pool, if it only has 99% uptime versus 99.99% uptime, that extra downtime actually might mean that you might end up in the long run generating less Monero. And if that's your focus, if you have like a dedicated mining rig, then that could end up, causing you to lose out on potential Monero and thus potential possible revenue. All right, so by now you should have decided which Monero mining pool that you're going to be joining, and you're now ready to fill out the config file so you can get to mining. So if you are using a mining pool other than Dwarf Pool, this tutorial should be fairly easy to follow along. You'll just have to change a couple of things that'll be different slightly based upon the mining pool that you choose. So to begin, type in Monero and then hit enter. And now you're going to copy the pool address and also the port for your mining pool. So I'm going to go ahead and head over to Dwarf Pool. Your mining pool should have a sidebar or some information laid out similarly to what Dwarf Pool has here that you're going to choose. There will likely be multiple different servers based upon your location. So choose the server closest to your location for the best connection, so that you hopefully will not have very little, if at all, downtime. And then paste that into the command prompt. And then hit the colon. And now you're going to enter the port. So Dwarf Pool has a couple of different ports based upon your kind of hardware setup. So if you want a GPU and CPU mine, or if you want to just GPU mine, or if you have a high-end CPU and a high-end GPU. I have a super old GPU in my setup, so I'm just going to use the standard GPU and CPU. And what this is kind of doing is setting your difficulty so that you'll have a little bit better efficiency in mining. So go ahead and paste that. So you have your address. So I'm going to be mining on the USA Dwarf Pool, and then the port that I'm going to be using, which is for GPU and CPU mining. So after that, hit enter. And now you're ready for your username. So I'm using the official Monero wallet. So your address, you have to go to your receive tab and go to your address, and it'll be the super long string. Go ahead and hit the clipboard icon to copy that, and then hit Control V to paste it. And then if you're going to be mining with more than one rig, say you have a workstation and also a gaming rig, or if you have built a dedicated mining rig and you also have a gaming rig, if you want to keep those separate, which is advisable, so you can track them, go ahead and hit the period or the dot, and then give your rig a name. So I'm just going to name this rig Thor. So I have my big long address, which is my receive address for Monero, and then dot, and then I gave my rig a name. This could be anything for you, just something so you know which computer it is that is assigned to that worker. So the password I've always left it empty in my testing, so you can do that or fill out a password if you want. I've been entering no for TLS or SSL for Dwarf Pool, and it's been working just fine. I am okay with using NiceHash, and if you want to use multiple pools, you can set that up so you have fallback in case you lose connection and it can't automatically reconnect to your pool of choice. You can set backup pools so that it will automatically start mining to that pool. I'm not going to be super hardcore mining, so I don't care about having multiple pools. If for some reason I lose connection to that main pool, my computer will just get a break for a little while overnight. So after you have finished and entered that last thing, it should automatically connect. So you should see that you're connected. And I'm probably going in slow motion now simply because my CPU is now hammering away at mining. All right, so since I of course can't mine and record this video at the same time with any high frame rate at all on the video camera, I have closed the mining window. Closing that command prompt will stop mining, and to open it back up, all you have to do is click on XMR Stack, and at this point in time, it should automatically start mining since you've already filled out the config. You should see a config file, like I just mentioned, inside of that folder, as well as a file for your CPU and your GPU. These will have all the information in the config settings, so you can start mining right away by just clicking on your XMR Stack application. All right, so that's pretty much it for today's video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found this video informative and it helped you get started mining Monero on your gaming PC / workstation / dedicated mining rig, leave it a big like. I greatly appreciate that. Also, if you're not already an existing subscriber, smash that subscribe button to stay tuned for more great videos from Provoking Tech. Until next time, Zach out.